I'm Holden. 86 Mermaid-Carrasco in my school course. How was the sun made?
My name is Ed Churchwell, and I'm on the faculty here at the University of Wisconsin in the astronomy department. Stars are formed in very large, what we call dark clouds. They're really molecular clouds made primarily of hydrogen and carbon monoxide. And these clouds of gas, cold, dense gas, can be hundreds of light years across. Some piece of that cloud starts to, for some reason, becomes cool enough that it can't support itself against its own gravity, starts to become gravitationally unstable, as we call it. What that really means is it starts to collapse under its own gravity. Ultimately, to form a star has to collapse by at least a factor of several million. And as it does so, if there is any tiny little bit of angular motion in this little clump of gas that starts to collapse to make a star, as it collapses, the spin of the gas gets greater and greater as it gets closer to the sun. And so this is what we think is a protostar. Star, in the process of formation, it has an equatorial disk spinning very fast. It has this bipolar outflow, and of course there's matter falling in from much further out in the cloud. Somehow the star has figured out how to divert a lot of this infalling matter and matter from the disk somehow into what we call a bipolar jet. And so this jet carries away this angular momentum that this matter out here had, and allows matter to ultimately fall onto this central star. This whole process of how this matter is diverted into these bipolar outflows is still not fully understood, but this is kind of a schematic of what we think is happening. So planets and stars are formed together simultaneously. Every star will have a system of planets because this accretion disk is what allows planets to condense out of and find their orbit around the central star. And it's also why the planets are mostly in a plane called the equatorial plane, because they're condensed out of the equatorial accretion disk.